Holmes from Tai Chi Gold Coast, which contracts to the Australian Academy of Tai Chi Qigong, and also to special thanks also to City of Gold Coast with the Active and Healthy Citywide program, because we're unable to do the regular sessions, and that we're doing live sessions for you. So that's on a Tuesday, that's from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. and also on a Thursday we do 8 to 9 a.m. as well. So these programs can be viewed live on Tai Chi Gold Coast event page, and also they're saved on that page, on Tai Chi Gold Coast event page, and also on bradholmes, and also on Tai Chi Gold Coast. These are all Facebook pages. So again, I'm just going to take you through some light, gentle exercises here, specific to building up your immune system, actually for COVID-19. So building the strength, building that armour from within, so you can cope with that. We'll be going through a special exercise as well, and I'll save that for a little bit later. So sinking back into posture, this is one of the best exercises you can do, just simply stretching up. But let's come back to basics. Shoulder width apart, but I always talk about is good posture first. So just imagine a couple of pendulums from shoulder, just you're going down to heels, and we just sink back into posture. So we had that alliance, we had that balance through the upper, middle, also the lower ribs of the body. Bending the knees, but making sure we have good posture alignment through the back. Chin goes in, head projects up as well. So just with hands here on the quadriceps, we sink back into posture. We exhaust the air out of the body as much as possible, and then as we rise, we take in that long and progressive inhalation of new air as well. This is a very good exercise, not just for breathing, very good for the heart as well, but also very good for the quadriceps here. It aids the venous return back to the heart. So very good for good heart health, for any palpitations, any irregularity in the heart, high or low blood pressure. Very good for the chest as well, because we find that expansion, we find the contraction as we go down, and then we find the expansion just coming up. So it is just that forward flowing breath all the way through. The flow of the chi, spelled C-H-I or Q-I, vital energy throughout the body. So simple exercises like this, we're just pushing out. We breathe in as we come up, and we breathe out. When we exhaust the air as much as possible, it's taking that stale, as much as possible, that stale, resonant air out of the body as well. Pushing. So we come back into center. I'd like to go through that breathing exercise for you. So just with cup hands to here from the belly button, we come up. Just slowly, just gradually, there's no rush, there's no hurry. No need. And I find this exercise is particularly good for people who have asthma. A large proportion of our population does. People who have emphysema, cystic fibrosis. Any congestion within the lungs as well. Change of season also brings this about as well. So we turn from our right to our left hand side, and we rotate through the waist. Hands is coming up and coming down. Light, gentle movement, coming back into center. Another way of doing this exercise is hands is coming out to here. I particularly love this movement, projecting out through the palms, projecting out through the fingers. So the body supports the movement, the hands extend, and we just release. And we go towards the back. These are all very good breathing exercises, long and flowing breath all the way through, so we make sure we do get the process You notice how the body is extending and contracting at the same time. Sorry, I'm staying in a different position today. Just seeing how this goes. Hoping it does go well for you. And pushing down. Rotating through all the movement through the shoulders, through the elbow, all the rotational aspects actually through the wrist, and also through the fingers as well, projecting out. Very simple exercise as well, is just project up, projecting up with the hand, rolling over the fingers and pulling them down. And this is from the tiger, big cat, from the 5 animal series. So notice how my body does go down. What we're doing is creating a strong foundation, very safe foundation first. And therefore, when we want to expand up, I always suggest actually contracting first. Coming back into center, projecting up through the top of the head. And this also opens up all the spaces through the disc. So just imagine a string projecting up from a point called Beiwai in Mandarin. Meeting 100 points. I used to use this as an acupuncturist. So projecting up from here, we turn through the waist. And we sink back into posture. So we go from our left to our right, from our right to our left hand side. Arms are just loose, always just been loose, agile, flexible, please. Only going as far as what you feel comfortable. Coming back in the center. Transferring weight out the right hand side, and we project our hands out to the left. Very good weight training exercise, weight bearing exercise I should say, because what we're doing here is actually taking our weight from our right to our left hand side, so very good for all the muscles, tendons, ligaments, actually wrapping around bone, strengthening bone as well. Very good for good circulation, particularly down to toes and fingers. The wildcat scans the horizon. Another way of doing this exercise, hands is coming over like this. We're rolling over the hands. 2 ways. I always think of a ball, actually, just rolling over a ball like this, or else it's changing a book just from one hand to the other. To there, my bottom hand is actually, it's like pushing over a chair or a table. You see how my right hand is actually just in front of the chest. We come over to the side. Always using the sides of the body as a change station. It's not changing the exercise, it's simply just changing direction. And we come over. Pushing. When you come down a little bit further, you can also rotate through the waist a little bit more too. So very good for the abdominals because it does work the abdominal muscles as well. Very good for all the regions of the back. Very good for shoulders. Any shoulder exercise is very good for necks and also very good for the head as well. And we come back into center. Scooping, sinking back into posture. Sinking down, projecting up. If you wish, you can come up on the toes. And then just simply relax. And I'm just using flow exercises here. Pushing down, rotating through the waist as well. And sinking back into posture, projecting up. Now, everybody's got different medical history, of course. There's some people, I know there's some students who can only go up to where their chest is, or where the shoulders is, I should say, and then come back. You can still do this movement to here. It's like you're pushing down on the palms of your hands, fingers. You can also just push out to the sides. So again, we get the projection up through the top of the head, up to the up through the spaces of the discs, but also we get expansion of the chest as well. So you can just roll over palms like this, just as far as what you can go. And always has been loose, agile and flexible, and only going as far as what you feel comfortable. And good as the jazz, we also turn through the waist as well. So to me, this is like pushing down on the surface. We're coming back into center, we rotate back. Sometimes the smallest of movements can do the greatest benefit. Pushing down. We turn to our right hand side. Pushing back into center. And just rolling out. Even just very simple movements like this, just relaxing the right arm, we sink back into posture and we project out. The body is back to support the movement, very good for shoulders, very good for elbows, extending through the wrist, through the fingers as well. We can also take that arm over a little bit further to extend, and then also to project back. Rolling over the wrist so we get the rotational aspects there. Coming over. Coming back into center. Left arm, going to our right hand side. Never ever reach, please. And coming back to there. Simple exercises, just relaxing the arms. Rotating through the wrists, through the fingers, through the elbow, and also through the shoulders. So we can push. We can project. We come back into center, again using that as just a change for direction, and we push towards the back. If you wish, you can also come up on the toes as well, so we get the extension through the toes. Very good for strengthening through the feet, through the legs. And coming back. Very simple exercise with COVID-19, washing the hands as well. And what you can do, extension through the fingers. So we're getting into all little cracks and crevices in between the fingers as well, and we can also just do that on top, and that's a very thorough exercise as well. So you're actually practicing your Tai Chi while you're washing your hands as well. Back of hands. Carpal tunnel. If anyone has any carpal tunnel problems as well, I know they can be quite painful all the way through. So what we have here is a band which goes over and it stops the tendons. If the band wasn't there, the tendons would just pop out to here, so that keeps it in place. And unfortunately that band can constrict, can retract, can restrict upon the nerve as well. So all these sort of things are very good. So even when we do exercises just for the joints of the fingers and for the wrists, what we're doing is actually opening the chest and expanding through the back. So very simple exercises like this. And these exercises you can do seated. Coming over, hands to here. I love this exercise as well. So we're just gently allowing this hand just to relax. And the key point is just relax the whole body as well. So no tension, no stress. And just pushing from one side to the other. And what I like to incorporate is Training exercise as well, where we're actually pushing from one side. Isometric training exercise. One of the best exercises I find is excellent. Hands up like this. This is an exercise from the lotus. So it doesn't matter which way you've got this, whatever's comfortable. One hand just in front of the other. And just releasing. This is a snow rabbit. Digs the earth, looking for food. Digging through the snow. So wrists are really just rolling over each other. And I always think of gathering the air into the diaphragm, into the internal organs, into the lungs, and just rolling over. Contracting through the body, allowing the knees just to bend, but pushing up through the feet, through the legs. And even just with one hand, just in front of the body like this, in front of the center line, rolling over. So we scoop, we gather. Just doing the exercises slowly, carefully. You can swap over hands as well. We concentrate upon the health aspects. I personally do, at least 98% of the time. But there can be martial arts applications here, where this can come out as a strike, in other words, with a backhander here, or can come out as a block, or can come out this way as well. You can also project down. Little exercise here, you can push the bottom, see how I rotate through the waist as well, pushing down, sinking back into posture. I come up with the fist to there. It's like I'm drawing a big capital C, and actually I'm doing that on both sides. So up to there, and pushing down to there. So you can alternate from one side to the other. Coming up back to there. Rotating. I always think of this exercise, Auntie Mabel's famous pickle jar, and you're trying to get the lid off. So this is particularly good for all the joints within the wrist, also the fingers. See how it incorporates with the elbows. Shoulders. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Otherwise, please don't hold your shoulders up. I know most people do. But this is just a way of relaxing. And coming down to waist, figure eight. This exercise is also done, this exercise is done in the eight golden treasures. But it's a warm-up exercise, it's very, very useful. Very good for abdominals, very good for hips, very good for knees, very good for ankles. Very good for all the regions of the back as well. And you notice that movement there in the abdominals as we move, and also the lower back. So rotating through. Okay, coming down to feet, transferring weight over the right hand side, we swivel. I find this is a very useful exercise. So simply sitting, relaxing. You can take that foot away, you can take that foot away there, because we can come to this exercise here called empty step. Easy one to do. We're just rotating. Both knees bent, by the way, so we're saving the synovial fluids, we're saving the cartilage here as well. We're not running bone against bone, we're using the muscles, tendons, ligaments. So placing that left foot down, always making sure that it's safe first, so we create a safe environment. I swivel with my right foot to there, and I step out. I'll just do this one first. So, sinking back in posture. We can also turn this into a breathing exercise as well. And we do come up and sinking back into posture as well. I often do this one with my students. My veterans would know this. Coming up to the eyes, sinking back into posture. And I'll just step out with that heel. So we're just rotating there. Placing that right foot down, transferring weight out the right hand side, stepping down onto the heel again. I'll just do that breathing exercise on the left hand side for you. So just long and flowing breaths. When we do go slowly, it's about mindful awareness. Awareness of how our body is working and how to work with it. Very good for calming the breath, calming the heart, calming and focusing the mind as well. So we come back. Back to there. Transferring weight out the right hand side, particularly like this exercise. We step out with the left foot to here. We breathe in. And as we breathe out, we push, gently and progressively push towards the outside. We come back into center. We breathe in. And as we breathe out, we gently and progressively push on the inside. So this is a very good exercise for gently using the ankles, particularly the ankles and the toes, all the joints within the feet. And you notice how our tibia, the bone, the longest bone in the body, actually in the leg, slightly bends. So breathing out, breathing in when we come back into center, and breathing out as we come back. Coming back into center, we place that left foot down, making sure that it's safe first, creating that safe environment. We turn with the foot here, we just step out to there, breathing in, gently and progressively pushing out as we breathe out towards the outside. Breathing in and breathing out on the inside. Very good for circulation. I find this is particularly good for the elderly because it is about ensuring good or better blood circulation, in other words oxygenation throughout the feet as well. And that also improves sensitivity. In other words, if they do stub their toes on something, it registers with the brain easily and quickly. So to correct that situation as well. So, sinking back into posture. One of my favourite exercises is this one here from Shibashi 1. Waving arms in the air, the horse running stance. So we push down. The body comes back, we project out with fingers. And breathing out. Very good for centering all the way through the body, particularly good for circulation. I find this is excellent because we have the pumping action here, coming back to the heart, very good for, again, very good for heart health. Any palpitations, any irregularity of the heart, high low blood pressure. But the muscles, tendons, ligaments actually wrapping around bone, strengthening bone internally and also externally as well. Very good for the chest. This is why I wanted to do this exercise for you as well. So this is about expansion and contraction throughout the chest as well. It stimulates and invigorates the central nervous system, so very good for memory, for brain power, for reasoning. Hands project out, they just come up to the shoulders. You see how the hands just roll back and then we push down. We allow the hands actually just at a controlled rate, otherwise it's just letting them go. From here, controlled rate, pushing them down, body comes up. Second exercise from Shibashi 1, and these are all very good breathing exercises, that's why I wanted to illuminate this for you, take you through these again. To project out, we just release. So the way we're going out, we simply just follow that path back. It's like we created the path, so we simply just retract. Breathing in as we come up. If you wish, you can breathe out, and you can breathe in. Extending through all the joints in the wrist, also through the fingers, projecting up through the top of the head as well, so very good for the spine. And just breathing out. If you wish, you can just breathe in, and then breathe out as well. Coming back. Excellent exercise to do. Shoulders. I haven't rotated shoulders yet. Gentle rotation. Just allowing the shoulders just to relax, arms just go along for the journey. This also facilitates the chest, building up the chest as well. I particularly like this exercise, where we just go back, we sink back in posture, see how the arms are just nice and relaxed. We pick up the shoulders again, and they come forward. So to me, this is like jumping a fence with your shoulders. Sinking back into posture. It's a great exercise just for relieving stress, anger, frustration. Those emotions tend to harbour in muscles, tendons, ligaments, particularly in shoulders, because that's where we have our responsibilities, our burdens. And very simple exercise actually for the chest as well. You can start off with very small movements like this, coming back, just relaxing the hands again, and pushing out towards the sides. Another way of doing this exercise, I like to do this one, expanding out. There's a hall that we're in, it's a very small room actually, and it had a concertina door in the middle. And every time I did the exercise, I always thought of that door, because it was expanded with, of course, the concertina door, you could expand it out, you could open up the room, and you could also bring that concertina door back in to actually halve the room again. Pushing. Sinking back into posture. Wonderful exercise to do. Hands just coming up to the shoulders, rolling over the fingers as if we're counting the fingers, and then pushing down. Just with soft fists, so as the fists go down, we just, body comes up, as the body just retracts after that. So breathing in. The elegant white crane reached the dawn from the Dalian series. And these are also termed as the Yellow Emperor's hut coming exercises as well. The exercises are some 4,500 years old. So even just a simple movement here, just in front of the chest, is very beneficial. Pushing down for the body to come up. We want to extend the exercise, we look to our left-hand side, hands just coming up to the shoulders, again just rolling over the wrists, rolling over the fingers, and we come towards the front again. We look to our right hand side. Coming towards the front. Pushing towards the back. Come up on the toes if you wish again, just project. You can project as far as what you wish, for as long as what you wish. But don't forget just to relax, just to accentuate the projection up through the back as well. So we can also just go towards the sides, virtually any angle you wish. So you can increase the angles which you want to go out. Standing up through the top of the head, but also standing out through all the joints of the fingers and the wrist. You can also just roll over wrists as well, so you can have that projection out. And coming back into center. One of my favourite exercises is this one here. Hands coming over as we breathe in. As we breathe out, see how we just roll over the hands. That, as we come back towards the body, we start to breathe in. You can also do a gentle massage, actually, with the kidneys. Both the kidneys on on each side and projecting back. So sinking back into posture. Breathing in and breathing out. The farmer grinds the corn. From Shibashi 2, or Shibashir in Mandarin. Let's do one more. And also an excellent exercise actually for the back as well and for the lungs. Hands just coming down. We sink back into posture. We roll over the wrists. The body supports the movement. Hands just coming up to here. So we project. Body is down to actually provide that safe foundation. And hands come down. With balance and also with symmetry. As if our hands are like two big oars rowing the boat. And when we strike the water, we feel that resistance of the water. Imagery is very important in Tai Chi as well. Tai Chi Qigong exercises. So it registers with the brain, a little video. What's the purpose of us doing this? But when we provide a purpose, when we provide that imagery, the body works more in conjunction with the brain. Put it that way. We release. So we breathe in. Anytime when we do go up, by the way, we breathe in because it naturally extends up through the top of the body. And when we do come down, we naturally just breathe out. Just slowly, just carefully. Rowing the boat. From Shibashi 1. Coming back into center. Sinking back into posture. Projecting up. Separating the clouds. Also from Shibashi 1. So we sink back into posture. Folding over the hands. This could also just be a security movement as well. Hands are closed down like this. So we have that security to actually come up. And I always suggest coming down first, because we get more out of the exercise as well. But also, that grounding, cementing, through the feet, through the legs, the expansion there as well. Separating the clouds. Love to do this one on a rainy day. And I'm just going to digress with that exercise, just with a flow exercise here, so we can come up. And roll over palms. We can push. We can stand up on the toes if we wish. And then just release. And even just a very simple exercise like this. Projecting up, rolling over fingers to there. For people who can't take their arms above the shoulders, sinking back into posture like this. And projecting out. And then just releasing. Smaller movements, and that's why I suggest always just going slowly, carefully, only going as far as what you feel comfortable. But smaller movements simply means we just scale down the exercise. Doing a little bit of light, gentle exercise is better than doing none at all. And push. One of my favourite exercises, scooping. This is the black bear, pushes the rock. So as if you've got a large boulder here, coming up to the waist. We sink back into posture. We adjust our position, our postural position. We adjust our hands in such a way. So we come up and we project out. And this exercise is from Shibashi X, but I'm also going to be doing this in the next exercise for you too, in the next step. Sinking back into posture and projecting up. So it's a very good exercise actually for posture, good breathing, good focus. extend, and we simply just release. Okay, I'm going to take you through a set called Tai Chi Qigong. It's one of my favourites. A lot of my students do ask for this simply because they love the flow of it and they like the mindful awareness of it as well. So we start the exercise actually with the hands just below the belly button, sinking back into posture. Quite standing. Standing Zen. Hands releasing. I normally do this exercise with my eyes closed. I'll do eyes open. So we come up to here, calming the chi. And those when we're very heady, a lot of things happening, can't sleep well. Now, this is an excellent exercise just to calm from the head, to disperse the chi or the energy through the body. And we come back, we earth, we center, through the feet. Breathing in as we come up, and just breathing in and breathing out at any stage. Please do not hold your breath. An exercise we did before, waving arms in the air, the horse riding stance. So from a seating position, we project our hands out, they come up to the shoulders. It's like we're waving, we're actually projecting from the shoulder out through the wrist to the fingers. I always think of, you know, you're putting clothes on the line, where you've got a towel with some fluff on it, so just you're just waving that out. That's what I'm trying to say. You go onto the beach and you're shaking out the sand. Do one more. Excellent exercise just for relaxation alone. Waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance. Connecting with the earth, but reaching for the sky. Imagine yourself standing beside a card table, something around waist high. And there's pencils on the table, and what we're going to be doing is rolling the pencils underneath the fingers, underneath the palms. So if we start from here, and as we breathe in, we roll the pencils underneath, we extend, and we just release as we breathe out. with the earth. Reaching for the sky. Imagine yourself standing between two tables, two card tables. So just as much as possible, again standing there, and with our fingers, as we breathe in, we roll the fingers out, we roll the pencils underneath the fingers and also the palms, and as we retract, we breathe out, we come back. Hands coming back. Imagine yourself standing between two big mountains. So focus is on the palms, putting the palms out like this. So as we breathe in, we push the mountains. This is an excellent breathing exercise for the chest, and we just retract. Very good for the back as well, projecting out through all the spaces through the discs. In fact, but all the Tai Chi exercises and Qigong exercises expand and contract through the body, pushing the mountains. Coming back to that exercise we did before, deliberately just wanted to do that as a pro forma. So imagine the black bear sinking back into posture, creating good postural alignment, hands underneath the big rock, coming up to the waist. We adjust our position again, adjusting the hands, sinking back into posture. Again, body supportive. We just project out with the hands. We release. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in as we come up again, and we breathe out. To relax is a technique called, or is an expression called fang song. F-A-N-G-S-O-N-G. It simply just means relax, let go. The black bear pushes the rock. So this is very good for a good postural alignment exercise, very good for breathing, very good for focus. Connecting with the earth, coming back into center, but reaching for the sky. At any stage, if you wish, feel comfortable, you can always close your eyes as well. Next exercise is the first exercise I learned from Tai Chi. I think it was about the late 1980s. So, as if you're picking up something very heavy, we come up to the waist, sinking back into posture. See how my body goes down? We come up to the eyes, rolling over the hands, and we're pushing. Coming up onto the toes if you wish, you can project, and then simply just release. And we breathe out as we come down. You can also just breathe in at any stage, and breathing out. Heavenly lift. And we'll go through waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance again. We use this exercise in Mind Power Qigong, in Shibashi 1, in level 1 of the level 6 Tai Chi Qigong movements, and a number of other areas as well. Very classical exercise. Very beneficial, just for relaxation, for good circulation throughout the body. I may suggest quite standing again. Standing, set. Hands releasing. If we've been on our feet for some time, always recommend this exercise as well. So if we do this exercise, it's a very effective aerobic exercise with the projections going up. Here with the Tai Chi and Qigong exercises, you notice we're coming down. So it's a very good load bearing exercise as well, weight bearing exercise. All the muscles, tendons, ligaments wrapping around bone, securing around bone. Very good for the joints. Joints give us movement, and that's why we must take care of joints. Nurture, nourish. Very good for the heart again. The aid of the Venus return back to the heart for good heart health. Very good for expanding through the chest as well. So that's an excellent exercise. Transferring weight out the right hand side, particularly like this one as well. Okay. Very good for circulation. Anyone who has sensitivity problems or circulation problems, particularly toes and feet, that's an excellent exercise to do. I can think of diabetes 1 and 2. That one's a good one too. And also from the Act Golden Treasures, love this one as well. I know my trainer Rod Ferguson does as well. So just coming up on the heels, and we just do 2 gentle taps. This is called the spinal jolt, but it's not like 10,000 volts through the body. It's just a gentle easement. So just coming up just slightly above the floor. This is a very good sensitivity exercise as well. So coming to there, simple exercises like this. Okay, I'll take you through the lotus. I love to do the lotus actually as a warm down exercise. Can be done as a warm up and also as a main exercise as well. So sinking back into posture. One of the exercises we've already done. Waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance. Hands rolling over. As we come down, we breathe out. This is turtle, treads water. So imagine your arms like the fins of a turtle. So we project over the body like this, hands is on the shoulders, head projecting through, and then squeezing, just gently just squeezing the shoulders. This is squeezing the chest to get as much resonant stow air out of the body. So from contraction, we go to expansion. We go from yin to yang, opposite yet complementary. Hands coming in front, this is the snow rabbit, Dixie Earth. Breathing in as we come all the way through the body, not holding the breath, but breathing out. Hands going towards the back, whatever goes towards the back comes towards the front. Scooping for a spring water, pouring upon the land. Projecting out. The lotus flower blooms out of the swamp. We sink back into posture, Particularly like this exercise because it is all about working all the joints within the fingers and also the wrist, and then pulling down. I always imagine I'm pulling down the straps and pushing up again with the palms. We come back to here. The right hand just sits upon the right hip. So if dog is jumping up, we gather with the palm, left palm. Turn waist, push hands, or to push the door, or to push the temple door, or to face the wind, or to push the palm, or to press the wind. This is one of the best balancing exercises you can do. We're turning through the waist. We're incorporating all the three major areas of the back as well. We come back to the waist. From here we lift to lift the sky. Coming up to the eyes, rolling over hands to press the earth. Always bending from the waist, bending from the knees, please. Only going down as far as what you feel comfortable. To scoop, to gather, and we're pressing through the feet and through the legs. So right hand just comes down to here. It's like we're pushing down on a bench. For the left hand actually project up. Focus again is on the palms. To push, to project. The elegant white crane stretches its wings in the morning sun. And this can be like two ships in the night. So we swap over hands. This is one of the best diagonal stretches you can do across the back and also across the chest. Last two exercises. Snow rabbit digs the earth. So to me this is like gathering the air into the diaphragm, into the internal organs, into the lungs. And then we just release. We start the form and we finish the form with waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance. I'll go through that with you again. Key point is to relax first. Waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance. Turtle treads water. Snow rabbit digs the earth. Scooping fresh spring water, pouring upon the land. The lotus flower blooms out of the swamp. And the rains fall down. And the crops grow towards the sky. Coming up on the toes is optional to extend as far as what you wish, for as long as what you wish. And simply just releasing. Never go too high or too long, please. The left hand, turn waist, push hands, or to push the door, or to push the temple door, or to face the wind, or to push the palm. When that hand does come up to center line, by the way, we're breathing in, we come up to here, we sink back into posture, we breathe out as we push to the other side. From the belly button, we lift the sky. Coming up to the eyes, to press the earth. Always bending from the waist, bending from the knees, please. Only going down as far as what you feel comfortable. The scoop, to gather, to press up through the feet, through the legs. To relax. Always to relax. The elegant white crane stretches its wings in the morning sun. So we're pushing down as well as pushing up at the same time. And we just release. Projecting through the body. Last two exercises. Snow rabbit digs the earth. waving arms in the air and the horse running stance. This exercise alone can just be used for calming the breath, calming the heart, calming and focusing the mind, calming the chi on the top of the body to disperse that energy, that chi. It's like diluting something, but allowing for the process of it letting go. Thanks on. If you have problems actually with your heart, with your chest, focusing on that area. If you do have problems with any of the internal organs, digestion, ingestion, assimilation or elimination, and that's why we also digest our ideas and thoughts in the stomach. So that's why I always suggest don't have negative thoughts, don't have resentment, anger, frustration when you eat, because you can turn that food toxic. Calming, always calming, releasing, centering through the body. Understanding how a body works and working with it, please. I'm Brad Holmes, Tai Chi Gold Coast, contract to the Australian Academy of Tai Chi Qigong. Special thanks to my trainer, Senior Master Rod Ferguson, and also special thanks to City of Gold Coast with the Active and Healthy Citywide program. Thank you for joining us. Please have a look at the saved videos on Facebook as well, and look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for the next live broadcast, and it's at 8:30 to 9:30 AM, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you kindly.